Beef pies, I just love them. I used to go to the bakery at least 3 times a week to get a fresh one. So I decided to make them up on my own and it came out absolutely incredible. Let me show you how to make these. So I'm going to get started here by adding about 1.5 pounds of beef, and this is stewing beef, to a mixing bowl. Throw in some salt and pepper, and this is about half a teaspoon. I like lots of herbs, so I'm going to throw in some fresh parsley right out of the garden, and some thyme, and some rosemary. And you can also use dried too if you like, if you don't have the fresh on hand. Add in a couple of tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Now we'll just give this a mix until everything is well combined and that beef is nicely coated with the flour. Now I should mention too, the flour does a couple of things. It thickens things up later on and it adds a bit of a shine to that beef, which is kind of nice. Next up, I'm going to add some oil to a pan over medium-high heat, about a tablespoon here. In with 3 cloves of chopped garlic and a small chopped onion. And we'll just saute this just until that wonderful smell of garlic fills the air. Nothing nicer than that. Now, in with the beef. Now we're just going to go ahead and fry this up until the beef is brown. Starting to smell good already, guys. After the beef is browned up a bit, I'm going to add in a cup of mixed veggies. Now this is entirely your choice, but I just love mixed veggies. Now we just let these cook for a minute or two. Now in with half a cup of beef broth. A tablespoon of one of my all-time favorites, Worcestershire sauce. Just love this stuff. And we'll just bring this to a boil, let it cook down a little bit, and thicken up. Now it's thickened up and those delicious juices have soaked into the meat. And just look at this, guys. Absolutely incredible. I notice that beef is a bit on the shiny side. Now what I've got here, guys, are a couple of pre-made pie shells. So I'm just going to poke a few holes into the bottom one so that pastry doesn't puff up too much. And the second one is going to be our top. So I'm just going to pick this up and gently put it on a floured surface and just ever so gently once again roll it out till it's slightly bigger than the other one. Now you can make these from scratch too, guys, but it's just a lot of work. I'll put a recipe below. I just find it so much easier to use the pre-made ones. Then I am going to scoop up some of that filling and place it into the first pie shell. Oh, this is going to be so good. So what I'm going to do here is make up a bit of egg wash, and that's just an egg and a bit of milk. And we'll just brush this along the edges of the pie shell, just to make the other one adhere nicely. Lay our top over and ever so gently roll it out. Just look at this, guys. Perfecto. Then we will just pinch the edges shut. You can use a fork too, whatever fancy design you like on this. And I'm going to put a few fancy slits into the center, just so we don't get the incredible doming machine here when it bakes. And we will brush some of that egg wash over the top so it's nice and shiny, and it bakes in the oven. And an old trick I usually do is sprinkle a few sesame seeds over the top. It just adds that decorative kind of effect. You don't have to do this. Now we're going to place our beef pie onto a baking sheet, and it's going to go into a 400-degree Fahrenheit, 200 Celsius preheated oven. After about 30 minutes, guys, our meat pie is done, and just look at this. Wow. So I'm just going to go ahead and set this aside on my wire rack and let it cool a little bit. Well, that looks spectacular. Okay, guys, let's cut into this and see what we have. Okay, let's lift this out, guys, and see what we have. And And just look at this wonderfully marvelous beef pie. And there you have it, my cook and share friends, our simply easy and delicious beef pie. Absolutely incredible. Okay, let's dig in here, guys, and see what we have. Oh, wonderful, yummy meat pie. I just love them. Guys, this filling is absolutely spectacular. Just love it. The beef is tender. Just love the seasoning. Just wonderful. You gotta make this. Of course, I'm gonna have more.